Welcome to another episode. Today, in this episode, we're going to go through the 10 dumbest mistakes new doctors make. Most of these mistakes are things that I made. Most of the mistakes that we have listed here are things that I see every day. Especially at the beginning, when I was in residency, I did many mistakes, really serious mistake. I was fortunate to have a great program director that until today I'm very thankful. He was patient, lovely, but really rough. He was a very intense human being. But he taught me, he was like my father, to be honest. I mean, I didn't have anybody else. Many of you guys are doing the same mistakes, or they're gonna go through this, because this is like normal stuff that especially international medical graduates, we commit so many mistakes during residency or right at the beginning when we start practicing. 10 mistakes for early physicians. Whether you are a freshly matched resident or just starting a new practice in a new country, the transition into medicine comes with financial, legal, and personal pitfalls. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through 10 mistakes. This is just roughly 10 mistakes that new doctors make, especially international medical graduates, and how to avoid them with clarity and confidence. Number one, starting a romantic relationship with a colleague. Dating someone at work, especially in the same department, can complicate your professional environment, especially if things end poorly. All relationships end poorly. All relationships will end poorly. Right? Initially, when I started in California, I was doing residency. I dated co-residents. I dated nurses. Right? Everything ended up poorly. Everything. And the reason why the medical boards, the program directors, or the company that is hiring you, right? Or the persecutor, or the medical director of the medical board is going to go against you. The reason is because you don't date nurses. Because you're putting patient care at risk, right? Let's say that you're dating Sophia. And Sophia, you got into an argument. You got into a fight. And then you are in this non-communicating, no talking period. And then tonight, she's taking care of one of your patients. And because she's upset of you, patient is declining, and she doesn't want to text you, page you out, right? You're putting patient care at risk. You can think whatever, you can put an excuse that you want. You can create the story that you want. But this is how it works. This is how it works. You can tell me like, no, but she was my girlfriend, she was my fiance. No, but we didn't really have a relationship. We're just going now. You can say whatever you want, but that's the real truth. You're putting patient care at risk. If you are dating a colleague or a nurse, period. Buying an expensive car right after match. Many physicians reward themselves too early for buying a luxury car on credit before they save or invest anything. This delays wealth building and adds pressure. I personally bought, I think it was second year of residency, I bought a BMW M5, which is, wow, it was a bomb. It was the best car ever. I mean, not even attendants used to drive that car. But that car gave me so much pleasure. It gave me so many girls. I picked up so many girls. It was like beautiful BA, 500 horsepower, red interior, leather, pure German technology. And then if you know about cars, I mean, you understand what is an M5, right? So I spent probably like $70,000 in that car. Is money that I have saved up from the past. Imagine if I had bought Bitcoin in 2019, $70,000. Today I will be a billionaire, right? It really doesn't matter. It's just mistakes that I did. Hopefully you gonna invest every penny. Think about it. You are a peasant, right? You're gonna invest every penny. After residency, your goal is to work really, really hard for 5 years and invest all your money into real liquid assets, right? If you check my other videos that I teach, you're gonna buy real estate really early with no money, 100% finance, and then all your real money, cash, you're gonna invest it into liquid assets, right? It could be stocks, it can be Bitcoin, it can be anything that is extremely liquid. You're gonna be leveraged with real estate. You're gonna short the dollar with real estate, and you're gonna invest all your money into liquid assets. Another issue, signing with a financial advisor who charge you high fees, believing that you're too smart to be a scam. Many financial advisors, they charge you 1 to 3% of your asset. At the beginning, it really doesn't fucking matter where's 1 to 3%. But in 10 years, that 1 to 3% is going to be thousands and thousands of dollars every year, right? Many physicians fall for investment fraud, predatory lending, bad business deals. Intelligence doesn't equal experience. Be cautious. Many financial advisors, they are a real scam. They don't even know about finance. They don't even know about the stock market. They just want to get their commission. They live based on commissions. As soon as I match into residency, before I even got my first paycheck, I called human resources and I was like, get me out of a freaking 401k. I want all my money in my bank account, and then I will decide where I'm going to put my money. Okay? Be careful with random CPA firms that they ask you for $5,000 now and then give me fucking $150 every month recurring payment, and I'm going to advise you financially. Or firms that are into asset protection programs. Give me $3,000 cash now and then $100 recurring payments. Number one, what asset protection firms you're gonna hire when you don't own any assets? Okay? You don't need asset protection because probably you have a malpractice policy who protect you, right? So nobody's gonna go against your Toyota 2020, neither your crappy house that you have in Denver, Colorado, because nobody can take away your primary home and nobody cares about your Toyota 2020. So you don't need a asset protection plan right now, okay? So what you need to do is save as much as you can and invest really, really aggressive, okay? Don't fall into programs that they offer you constantly. They bombard you with programs. The most money that you're gonna spend is in a CPA at the end of the year, and probably you're gonna spend $300 or $500 to make your taxes if your taxes are too complicated, like mine. But probably your taxes are so simple, so probably you're going to spend $200 or $150, right? So don't give your money to programs that they're going to protect you, advise you, because they love physicians and they sell you bullshit, right? Prescribing medications to friends or romantic partners. This is illegal in most places. I would say 100% of the states, it's prohibited. Without a formal patient-doctor relationship, it could lead to serious consequences, including losing your license. Let's stop for a second. A medical license is private property. In order for your medical license to be revoked or taken away, you have to do serious bullshit. But it can happen. And the only person who can take it away is a judge. But let's say that you have a medical license in Oregon and you went through a lot of serious issues like this that I'm going to talk about. The chances of you moving to New York, California, Florida, another state like Illinois, doesn't matter. The chances that the medical board of that new state that you want to go is going to approve your application and provide you a medical license again is zero. Because a medical license, it can be denied from the medical board without zero explanation. Pay attention to this. There's no doors that you're going to knock. There's nobody that you're going to talk trying to explain what happened, why they denied your new medical license, or what are the steps to follow to reapply. You can apply. California is one of the toughest states. California Medical Board is the toughest. If you have I have a medical license in California, and it's very hard for them to remove it or revoke it, right? But let's say that I had an issue in another state, and then you want to move to California to practice. They're going to look into you like this. If they find anything, they're going to send you a letter saying denied. Go to another state. We don't need you. But why? I didn't do anything. It was just a DUI. What? There's no explanation. There's no mechanism to explain yourself, neither to find someone to talk to. This is how serious it is. Prescribing medications to friends or romantic partners. Why this is so? If you're dating Sophia, it's been a year, and then she has that urinary tract infection now. You do not prescribe antibiotics to Sophia. Yeah, but it's not Norco, it's not Oxycodone, it's not Xanax, it's not Adderall, it's not like, it's not under the DEA. It doesn't matter. You don't prescribe antibiotics to your romantic partners, to your girlfriend, neither to your fiance. You can't even prescribe nothing, not even Sofran. You don't prescribe romantic anything to your romantic partners. The reason is because Sophia, in 2 years, she's going to get into a fight. She's going to find out you were cheating on her for the last 3 years. And she's going to tell her cousin, who is a lawyer, and the lawyer's going to go into it, and he's going to say like, easy case. Do you have any picture with your boyfriend? Yes, I have a picture. I went to Cancun last year. and she has pictures with you kissing each other, having a romantic dinner, and then she's going to have the record from the pharmacy that you were prescribing antibiotics, auto contraceptive pills, anything. And then that means the Sophia actually is your patient. And now you're having sex with Sophia. How do you explain that to the California Medical Board, New York Medical Board, Oregon Medical Board? How do you explain that? Your license goes straight revoked. Done. Done. On top of that, there's no way for you to go to another state. It's too late. You are under investigation. You broke your ethical patterns of life. You have no boundaries. You're cooked. I mean, if you don't understand how serious is this, you're a timing bomb. You don't date your patients. You don't prescribe to your patients. If Sophia wants an antibiotic, you prescribe it to yourself. And you grab the pills, you put in a Ziploc, and you give it to Sophia. But Sophia should have its own PCP. I'm telling you, you can get into a lot of trouble. Medical license and medical boards are really serious into this. And let me tell you something else. Physicians has the most ethical, complicated work-life structure. Lawyers can go out in a date or romantic dinner, business dinner with their clients. Lawyers, they get invited to a yacht party by their clients. And then lawyers, they fuck their clients. Physicians cannot even accept, in most cases, a gift from their patients. Neither go out with their patients for dinner, because that violates the ethical law, right? We have the most complicated ethical laws in any career. Living about your means during residency. Resident salaries are the most modest. How much you make as a resident? 75, 80K per year. So, yeah, I mean, you can't even live with 80K a year today's day. So you should rent a room, share the apartment with one of your co-residents or whatever. If it's a male, if it's a female, be careful, because you're gonna get in serious trouble. Yeah, man, with 80K, you're literally a peasant. Don't even try to live as an attending life, because you are literally a peasant. One day you're gonna make like 300, 400, $500,000 a year, and hopefully you're not gonna spend any money. You're gonna invest all your money, very aggressive, as I teach you. Ignoring the risk of speeding, reckless driving, DUIs. A traffic violation may seem minor, but repeatedly offenses or accidents, especially those involving alcohol, can put your medical license and future at risk. Let's say that you work in Georgia. You have your medical license from Georgia, and you get a DUI. You're gonna get into fucking serious issues. You don't drink and drive. You Uber left and right. You Uber left and right. You don't drink and drive. Let's say that you have your medical license in Georgia. You get a DUI. How do you think you're gonna get a future medical license to go to California, Hawaii, or New York? How are you gonna make it to Idaho in the future? Do you understand? You're going to be in jail in Georgia forever, right? Any speeding, driving, DUI, drugs, marijuana, you get into serious trouble. Medicine is becoming really corporate today's day. Most of their medical corporations, somehow they're getting attached to the stock market. Companies that are attached to the stock market, they don't allow any employee, any physicians who is not board certified to this day. If you're not board certified, you're cooked. You're done. If you have a DUI, you're done. You're done. How are they gonna sell a stock? Or how are you gonna represent the company in the stock market, saying that one of your physicians who take care of your patient population got a DUI and still working under your company? How are you going to sell your stock, your company? How are you going to promote your company if they know that one of your physicians is not board certified? They don't want you. You're nobody. They're going to find somebody else. Maintaining friendship that undermine your growth. Some old friends may not support your new lifestyle growth. Be mindful of people who create guilt around your success or push poor decisions. I don't have any of my high school friends because I move up. Why? I keep moving. I took my own decisions. I create my own life. Some of your people who is around you, you gotta be careful because they gonna drive you to the wrong decisions. Some of the people who is around you is gonna push you to the wrong decisions. Alcohol, marijuana, reckless driving, heavy parties, right? It's better to be alone, right? Than having this crappy loser friends. Stay away from loser friends. Stay away. Don't even say bye. Just walk away. If you are a resident physician and you are in this toxic relationship with Karen, run away. If you need to move to another state in order to escape your toxic relationship, move to another state. It's that simple. Take action, right? Sharing too much on social media. Actually, I know somebody who got in trouble with this. Be careful now with all this social media influencers and all that bullshit. You can say anything on internet, but I don't represent the company that I work for, right? So be careful wearing your badge, right? And recording yourself. Be careful if you record yourself. And in the back it says Mayo Clinic or UCLA or whatever, right? No exploring passive income or side investment. You can build income stream outside of medicine through real estate. I teach you that. Buy real estate as soon as possible and wait. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. Right? I hear people in the physician's lounge, they're 50, 60 years old. And they're like, oh, should I buy real estate or should I buy? Dude, it's too late. You're fucking 60 years old. You still didn't figure out an investment strategy? I mean, it's crazy. You already have a family, you already have kids, and then now you're trying to invest? I think it's too late, right? As soon as you graduate, you're going to be laser focused. You're going to be extremely focused. The first 5 years when you graduate, You're going to work as hard as really, really hard. You're going to make 400,000, $500,000. You're going to put all your money into liquid assets. And you're going to buy real estate every year for free. 100% finance. You're going to leverage. You're going to short the dollar with real estate. And you're going to protect yourself with really liquid assets. Like and subscribe. Run to riches. Bye-bye.